Okay, howdy ho, neighbors, friends, random people. I just got out of bed. Well, I didn't just get out of bed. I've been up about 2 hours, but I just got done my morning routine. You know, drink my coffee, eat my breakfast, getting woke up. So what am I going to do today? We're going to get right into it. First, let me turn you around and show you where I'm camping at. Actually, I lied. What I'm going to show you first. Yes, this is all cluttered. I got in here, this camp spot late last night, and when I travel, I just pile everything up. But I got a project I'm going to try to do today. That's my trash. I just take an old paper clip, office type clip, hang it there. I want to utilize this space right here better. So I think today I'm going to try to build me a small, right out to the edge of this counter, little cubby hole, like storage space type thing. I've gathered up a bunch of scrap pieces of wood, some scrap 2x. Up front I got some scrap boards. I took a pallet apart. I think that's going to be today's project. Get me a little cubby. I'm going to have to remove that, but build me a little cubby hole, little storage space there. Anyway, let's go outside and look at my camp. Well, this is where I'm camped at. That's all water down there. It looks white, but that's all water. I'm up on a bluff, and I'm tripping over sticks. I've camped here before. I know it looks like the sun's down there. The sun is really up there. It's just reflecting on the water. I've camped here before, but this is where I come and do my projects. Anywho, man, it's peaceful out here. I gotta get motivated. It's early in the morning. It's only 7 o'clock, I think. A few minutes after, something like that. I gotta get motivated. I think I'm gonna wait just a little bit because it's just so peaceful here, the birds. So I think I'm just gonna sit around and enjoy this for a little while. I got a little coffee left. I'm gonna drink it. Just slow down and relax for a minute. I ain't always gotta be in a rush. So I think that's the plan. I'm gonna do that. Just hang out. It's supposed to be super hot today, muggy and hot. Right now it's nice and cool and comfortable. So I think I'm just gonna enjoy this. And then a little bit later on the day, get started on the project in there. I believe that's the plan. So I'll see y'all here after a while. All right, once again, you're gonna have to excuse the mess because this is project day. So we're getting back on the project. I think I've come up with a very simple design. I was gonna do an elaborate, 4-shelf, I'm just keep it simple, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So I've got all my pieces marked. Now looks random. It's gonna make sense when we get in there and start putting it together. I'm gonna make 2 legs out of this one. Now this is scrap I've had left over from another project. This is just pieces of a pallet I took apart. Now you'll see the legs barely. Nobody's gonna see it. Nobody ever looks in here, but that's gonna be barely visible. And these pallet boards are gonna be hidden. You're not even gonna see them anyway. But if you was really picky, you could stain them or paint them or whatever. Y'all should know me by now. I ain't worried about all that. But I got this 2x2 is going to be the legs supporting one end. Man, that door's dirty. On that wall in there, I'm going to have it resting on these ridges. The wall has the same thing. I'm going to have it resting on these ridges and toenail it in or shoot a screw in it, and that's going to hold the back side. The legs is going to hold the front side. These are going to be underneath for supports, and this is going to be my actual shelving, which is not going to be a shelf per se. I decided to go with, and these just happen to be the perfect size from another project I did. But it's just going to be one big open square cubby hole. And I like the height. I can get tall boxes in there. You know, I eat a lot of rice, so tall boxes of rice, whatever I decide to put in there. So let me get this all cut up, then we'll go inside and try to put it together. All right, the basic shape is starting to take up. This is going to be the actual cubby hole here. I haven't got everything fastened down yet. I'm trimming this little notch out to go over that rib. Oh, it's hard to do one-handed. Yeah, looks like I need to take out a little bit more back there. All right. But anyway, just to give you a general idea, it's just going to be an open, I'm going to leave my little catch-all right there. It's just going to be an open kind of platform cubby hole. Yeah, I got to make a back for it back there. I got some scrap pieces here, I think. Yeah, that'll work to go back there in the back. Just to give you a general idea, just for like paper towels, you know, and maybe a couple canned goods, or you know, it's just a catch-all, like a little junk pocket. That's general idea. So let me put this camera down, or I'll sit here and yap forever. Finish this little project, and I'll probably just, you know how my brain works. I just want to get after and get it done. So I'll probably bring you back when I've got it finished and show it to you then. All right, it's coming together. There's my little cubby. Oh, I didn't notice that gap back there. It's gonna be all right. For what we do, that's gonna be just fine. I mean, the girls we date, they ain't gonna care. Anyway, that's gonna be pretty much the final project. I think, well, I don't have any in here with me. They're all up front. I think I got some of that old pallet lumber boards. I think I'm gonna close this in because that just looks kind of janky. And I'm gonna close this in here at the bottom. I think I got enough to do that. I believe that's what I'm gonna do. Now, I am gonna paint this. Eventually, I'm gonna get around to painting all this. I just, you know, I got my battery box over here, and I'm just waiting to make sure, you know, I'm not gonna change nothing. Which, you know, you always change things, but I mean, we'll make sure this is pretty much my final project. So a couple things I'm going to address real quick because I know somebody's going to say something. I left this overhang. It's all the way down through there because I'm thinking later on. Did I leave enough room? Oh, yeah. I just thought about that. Later on, I might put some hooks there. Some kind of hook, I don't know, to hang my shoes on. Or, you know, just hang whatever. We'll worry about that later. And this piece up top, I left it there. Now, when I get it painted, it's going to blend in and look a lot better. It's all raw wood right now. That board was a little bit tall. You know, it was cut off another project I did. And I put it up here kind of looking at it, and I kind of like that overhang. Although it does look, you know, a little janky right now. But I want it because, you know, I can set stuff there and keep me from knocking it off, or I can lay it down, you know, maybe travel days. If y'all ever notice, this is where I hang my trash. I use this little office paper clip. I can still hang my trash there. I know if I'd made it flush with this countertop, I wouldn't have, you know, I couldn't have put the clip there to hang my trash. I know somebody gonna say, "Oh, you put a hook in it, right?" Well, you know, if it works, Is it a bad idea? And I appreciate, let me stress, that sounded kind of rude. Let me go ahead and stress. I appreciate everybody's inputs, comments. I've used some of you guys' ideals. I have. So I apologize if that sounded kind of smart aleck, rude. I didn't mean for it to sound like that. But my brain works different than most folks. You can obviously see that. I just go for simplicity. I just want it to work. I'm not 100% crazy about what it looks like. Maybe about 48% as far as looks. I just want functionality. I want it to work. That's all I strive for. I'm not trying to buy or build one of them TikTok vans you see on TikTok and Instagram where they're at the beach and their ferns are hanging from the ceiling and their little cat's laying up here on his bed. I'm not trying to do all that, folks. If you haven't figured that out by now, well, the good Lord help you. I'm certainly not going for that. I mean, look at this. Well, it's junked up bad right now because I'm doing project day. I got my little screw can and tools. I normally got this clean and organized. It's just junked up right now, but I'm just saying, look at the simplicity of it. All reclaimed products. Let me go ahead and stress that. Now, I'm not done with this either because I haven't finished designing my water system in there yet. That's definitely going to get redone. I don't even like that myself. It was just something to put my counter on and get my sink going. That's all it was. But back to the simplicity. If I ain't got to pay for something, I'm not going to buy something when I can take an old pallet, take the boards off a pallet and do it. Cut steps off an old broken ladder and make shelving out of it. Make a little, cubby hose for it. I'm not going to buy nothing when I can make it. I can save money. I mean, chances are, or speaking for me, not everybody, chances are I'm going to redo something I did. So I spend, $40, $50, $60 in lumber, and then a month later take it all apart and end up burning that in the campfire. When this, I am eventually going to redo that. I kind of like it. Don't get me wrong. I kind of like it. It's working great. As you can see, I got it full of junk. But eventually I am going to take them off and maybe get some kind of wood deal or buy a pre-made, little rack system up there. But back to what I was saying, that was an old ladder I found in the dump that was broke, that was thrown away. All I did is cut the steps off. You're looking at it upside down. That's actually steps upside down. I pull that off, throw it in trash. What have I lost? I've lost nothing, not one penny. Maybe 5 minutes cutting it and screwing it on there. Well, it was longer 5 minutes, if y'all remember that video. That was a catastrophe trying to screw that thing in there. What I'm getting at, I lost no money. Didn't go Lowe's and buy no lumber. I could talk about that forever. If you guys are looking for them TikTok vans, I'm not the one. I'm not your guy. I try to do everything on the super cheap or free if possible. Sink was free. Now I bought that little faucet and water pump. I already had that from a previous build. But instead of throwing away and going buying another one, I think that's been in 2 different rigs. But anyway, I just switched it over to here. You ain't got to spend all that money to have a very comfortable, functional van. You just ain't got to do it. Now, if you're going for the TikTok van, well, you might as well get your checkbook out because you're going to have to spend a lot of money. But if you do it my way, or not necessarily my way, but take some of my ideas about reclaiming stuff, reusing things, man, you can build a van out for $100. Well, that's not counting solar or stove or all that. I'm just talking about your basics. You could build it out for $100. Them little catch baskets right there, I call them my junk drawers. They was like, oh man, I don't even remember. Got them at Walmart. It's like 50 cents, or you know how Walmart is. It's probably like 57 cents or something like that. I got a $1.50 and I got $40 worth of junk in them. Just be creative. That's all I know to say. Just be creative. Think outside the box. And you can still, let me stress, you can take reclaimed materials and little knickknacks and gadgets, and you can make it look a lot nicer than me. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going for functionality, simplicity. I just want it to work and do the job I need to do. Now, if you took your time, got your crayons out and your colored pencils, you could take reclaimed material and make it look really nice. You really could. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I need to trim my goatee, getting kind of raggedy looking at it. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. finish up this project, I gotta, like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in. That's just cutting some slats and going down. That's all I'm gonna do. Now that I'm looking at it, though, I'm not gonna be able to fill the side in. Oh, you can't see it. I'm not gonna be able to fill this side in because the way I made this, I gotta have that to open my heater box. I did not think that one through. Didn't use old noodle on that one. But you know, like I just got through preaching about, I'm just going for simplicity. I'm not trying to impress nobody. Certainly ain't trying to be on the beach on TikTok. But I am gonna go ahead and fill that in. Here, let me turn you back around real quick. I'll cover this up, and I think I'm gonna do that one about halfway and leave that as a cubby hole. Yeah, I got sandwich bags, and I keep my fire extinguisher there all the time. I just got all this stuff thrown down there because it was normally, I had it stacked up over here on this box. But that just gave me an idea. I think I'm only going to cover that like halfway. And I got a scrap right here beside me. I got a little scrap piece. Oh, perfect. See, that's what I'm saying, folks. I got that string in the way, but it's going to work. Just little scrap pieces, save them. Don't get rid of them. I know you can only, in a van, you can only carry so much. I understand that. Look at that. Custom made. Custom made. If I throw that away, I would have had to bought another piece or scrounged up some piece of wood. But anyway, I'm getting that. I think I'm going to close that in and make that a cubby hole. Just for stuff like that right there. But there you go. I know I ended the video before. I decided to come back and show you my finished product. So you're going to see this. This is after I end the video, but you're going to see it before I end the video because that's how my brain works. Alright, first of all, let me say, I know this is janky. I left that hole right there. So I'm thinking my little handheld rechargeable vacuum cleaner will fit right there. So I left that, you know, put that in there, and if it don't work, I can always cover that up. This, I know it's janky looking, but I've got that. Now this is all going to get painted. But I put this big bulky piece of wood here because I'm going to put some hooks and stuff. I'm thinking I can hang like hand towel there or something. You know, I want to utilize it as much space as possible. If not, I'll take it off and put a flat board. I got my peanut butter. But as you can see, I put all my canned goods in my cubby hole and my gas from my stove. You can't tell, but that thing's a lot deeper than what it looked like it was. So that worked out great. I really like it. And like I said earlier, I left it high because I'm thinking that'll allow me to use this space more efficiently. Before I'm kind of clumsy, so I'd set something there and I'd knock it off. Now I can put my coffee there or whatever, you know, I can set stuff there and it has something to rest against so I don't knock it off. But my pantry down here, I've really cleaned it up. All them canned goods was buried back here. Can you see? Well, it's dark. There's a shelf there. All them canned goods was buried there, and I didn't even realize some of that stuff I forgot I even had. I don't even remember buying it because it gets back there and I cram this full and then I forget about it. But now I got all my noodles and rice dinners and stuff up there. You know, all my big bulky box stuff. A couple bags of chips. You know, my coffee supplies. That's all down here now. So I'm liking that a lot better. Really freed up a lot of space. Man, I got a mess to clean up. But it freed up a lot of space and I've got more room in there, more organized. This is my, and don't say nothing. This is something I just throw together so I can have it. It's not a finished product. My refrigerator's right here. I want to try to utilize this space to build me an actual shelving right here above my refrigerator. I just needed something quick, down and dirty, so I threw this together. But I keep my paper towels, my dishes, cutlery, pots and pans, my trash bags, aka Walmart bags, sometimes Dollar General bags. That's what's all up in there. That's my next project. Getting this box down. This is the box I threw together. Like I said, down and dirty. Just made a square box, braced it up, called it good. That's my next project. Getting the actual shelving. I don't know if I'm going to buy like an actual shelf and make it work in this space because I got to leave enough room for my lid and my refrigerator's open. I know on TikTok vans they got the fancy slide outs, and I'm not doing all that, folks. Simplicity and practicality. Did I say that word right? I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna make this work. That's the next project. So anywho, back to regular program, scheduled program. I'm gonna go ahead and put the clip in when I end the video. Y'all have a good day. I hope I didn't ramble too long. Oh, that made me think. This little 1/4 inch, they claim it to be pine. I don't think it really is pine. It may be. But you can get this little 1/4 inch, quote unquote, pine board at Menards. It's a 4x4 piece, 4 foot by 4 foot piece, square. Well, I bought this about a month ago. I actually bought 5 pieces. That's what that right there is. $3.99. That's not a bad deal. Only thing is, it's not heavy duty. It's very light. You're not going to make a bed out of it or nothing like that. But as far as shelving, cabinetry or something, if you're good enough to make a cabinet, I'm not. I'm eventually going to get my brother to help me make a cabinet to put up here. But anyway, for light duty projects like this stuff works great, and it weighs nothing. Now, this is just one little piece. But even that 4x4 square weighs nothing. It's super light. So it's just to give you an idea. Check Menards. Everybody goes to Lowe's and Home Depot. Check Menards. They got some good deals too. Okay, I think that's it. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm going to finish this little project, get this all cleaned up, put back together. Probably make me some lunch because my breakfast is already wearing off. And I'm just going to hang out. Now I know it looks white and washed out. That's actually sun. It's very beautiful out there today. Even in these woods, I'm making a little bit of solar. Not much, but a little bit. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to say, oh yeah, I gotta say hello to all my friends, family, subscribers, anybody who may just be passing by. Get out, enjoy life, don't waste it. This goes by so fast. I can't believe I'm already got all this gray hair. Can't believe it. It seemed like just a couple weeks ago I was young and wild in my 20s chasing girls, but anywho, yep. Calm down, man. Anyway, get out there and enjoy life. Don't waste it. It's super short. It goes by quick. And anyway, till I see you guys next time, God bless you.